dictators, and they're now fighting to be free. And that's why I felt like now was the time for me to work about the making of Spartacus and the breaking of the blacklist. And I'm glad you like it. You said it would be good. I made a good movie.
This book about the making of this movie would make a great movie. It's just a total page turn. Yes, it would. It would.
I will have my fan in the casting.
What he did, and for those of you who don't know where I keep referring to, and he referred to the blacklist, was of course the famous blacklist against all these wonderful writers in the 50s, and you know, a black mark on this society, where they were jailed and everything else happened, and you broke it. I mean, you were acknowledged. The Writers Guild in 1991 honored you for breaking the blacklist, and that was...
Gave me an award for breaking the blacklist, and we had a ceremony. And when they came home that night, my wife and I went in bed, and I got up and I said, "No, honey, I did see something wonderful." And my wife and I said, "Well, what have you done lately?"
Let me mention something, too. You've had a very big week otherwise, too, because you and Anne just celebrated your 58th wedding anniversary.
With my wife, was easier to make this writing the book. My wife is an amazing person because she always, when I sing up something, she slaps me down. I appreciate that.
I got a good woman then.
I'm just curious, though, after all this time, look, half a century's gone by. I don't even remember, you know, movies I saw 2 weeks ago sometimes. This is full of detail, and every detail that went on. How did you do this? How did you approach it to remember all of this?
It's surprising how much you forget. But I hired a guy named David Bender. He was a research guy, and he went to University of Wisconsin where all my papers are. He went all what I call the dungeon where all my scrapbooks are, and he brought up so many things that I forgot, and that was a big help, because it's difficult to write about something that happened 50, 60 years ago.
It's remarkable because you recreate whole conversations and things that happen, and particularly what this book is really about is the blacklist and your relationship here with Dalton Trumbo, the great Dalton Trumbo, who wrote the script beginning under a pseudonym, Sam Jackson.
When I started the picture, everybody on the blacklist, and most of them were talented writers, but some of them worked with a pseudonym. They worked and it was hidden, and they would always have a fake name. When I started shooting Spartacus, Dalton Trumbo's name was Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
And during the shooting of the picture, I got so mad at the injustice that people would sent to jail, what, for crushing how they're thought. We have freedom of thought, freedom of speech. So, more and more, I decided I'm going to end it. I tell you no, I think I was young enough, because if I had been older, you know, as you get older, I have thoughts of some old people. You get more conservative. If I was older, I was, well, let him do it. Let someone else do it. But I was at the right time, and I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen to me, but I also know, okay, in the hell I am with the sword of
And the movie has lived on as a true classic. You know, did you have any idea? Because it's always amazing to me talking to filmmakers and producers and stars how any movie ever gets made. And reading this book, you know, the trials and tribulations that you had to go through. I mean, there was a competing film called The Gladiators or something that you were speeding against, right?
Yeah. Well, also, I had a great cast.